This is the Treu Real Estate 911 podcast with Lisa Treu. Lisa will share up-to-date real estate information with you that you need to know.
Welcome to Treu Real Estate 911. It's Brian Mudd along with your local real estate pro, Lisa Treu. And Lisa, we talk about there being so many great opportunities within our local real estate market in certain conditions. Right now, oh my gosh, it's almost a great opportunity for everybody based upon what their circumstance might happen to be.
Yes, it's one of those rare times when buyers, sellers, and current homeowners, all three can benefit by the real estate market and what's going on right now, which is very unusual. Usually there's a winner and a loser. Right now in the marketplace, we only have winners.
And as we're getting going today, if you're not already at TreuRealEstate911.com, go there. You'll find the best local real estate resource available. You'll even have the opportunity to search the MLS in real time, just like a real estate pro. The Treus pay for it, so you don't have to. Again, that's TreuRealEstate911.com. Treu's also ready to help you. Buying, selling questions, 561-972-8326. That's 561-972-8326. All right, so taking a look at the most recent real estate information, the Palm Beaches, I mean, this is just remarkable. So to start the year, coming out of January, sales up over 25%. Prices up about 9% on average. I mean, these are remarkable numbers.
They are. I mean, this was even before, Brian, that the interest rate dipped even lower. We are going to see one of the strongest spring selling seasons that we have seen for a while, assuming that interest rates stay low. I mean, this global concern that's in the marketplace right now is directly benefiting real estate, period. And those that take advantage of it are going to be, I mean, just so happy. I mean, I talked to my lender yesterday, Brian, and he said rates, I think, are the lowest they've ever been. And even better, people have the credit and the income to actually take advantage of the low rates and take advantage of the opportunity. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. You mentioned all these things. You talk about it being the best start to a year for real estate in many years. When I was trying to figure out, okay, what's the last time we saw conditions potentially as favorable as this? On a relative basis, it looks like we'd have to go back to 2012. But even then, to your point, Lisa, so many people were not necessarily back in a position where they would be able to participate because of harm that had occurred to them during the Great Recession. So, I mean, when you put this whole thing together, you have been involved in real estate for a long time, going back to the late 80s. Where in terms of opportunity would you place this with the various markets we've had?
I think this is the perfect storm right now because before, you're right, 2012, yes, rates were low, prices were low, but here's the challenge with that. People didn't have the jobs, people didn't have the credit, and the loan product was very different than we have today. There are many loan products where people can put low or no money down safely. Now, there's still checking income and all of those important factors, but back in 2012, the loan product did not exist that exists today. The other thing that did not exist is today you can use FHA financing for condos. That is something that really only started in about October of this past year. So, yes, there were great opportunities in 2012, especially if you were maybe a cash buyer. But today, the loan situation is probably the best I've ever seen it.
Wow.
Yeah, I am so excited. I mean, think about this. Low threes for a 30-year fix. I mean, let's just process that.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Low threes. It's crazy. It's what we would have dreamed of for a 15-year loan. This is actually a 30-year loan. It just is unbelievable. Now, with opportunity comes challenges. What's going to happen is people are going to hopefully take advantage of this. So if you're buying, it's going to be more competition in the marketplace. If you don't have your house on the market, you're going to miss this opportunity if you want to sell. So it is really important that people pay attention and take action and get out there and find that property.
And Lisa, one of the things that I like to do in various cycles when we do see shifts like what we're seeing right now is take a look at some of the historical factors that can come into play. And as you mentioned, anytime you're talking about record territory for something like record low mortgage rates, now we're in unprecedented territory in at least with the one particular area, which means it could be better than relative circumstances we've seen previously, to the point of your excitement. But the other is, and this is, I think, analogous to some of what's going on, obviously, the coronavirus fears, that's played an active role in rates dropping and also in the stock market. And as people are moving to the sidelines, there is only one time since the Great Depression, not the Great Recession, but the Great Depression, only one time that we have seen a correction in the stock market that we haven't seen an uptick in real estate. And that was during the Great Recession, when everything went lower because it was all interconnected and related. And as we see people that have taken record profits out of stocks and they're on the sidelines, I have little doubt that a lot of that money is going to be finding its way to South Florida real estate. What are your thoughts, and what types of properties do they often target?
We are seeing it come into real estate in a couple of ways. Number one, people that already have an existing home, they're realizing that they can move up, buy, and move up, buy in many cases without impacting their payment a whole lot, because their interest rate is higher on their existing home. And instead of refinancing, or here's another thought, instead of doing a renovation of your home, it might be better off to just go ahead and sell that home and take advantage and do the move up, buy of something that's already renovated at the lower rate. The second way we're seeing people put money into real estate is their investments, and looking at, should they buy a short-term Airbnb? Should they buy a long-term rental? What should they be doing? And they're also helping, and this is something we saw before when the prices were so low, they're starting to help their children, their grandchildren, their mothers, their fathers buy properties if they're currently renting. So there's a lot of ways to consider taking that money, putting it to work for you. And we're here to help you look at all the options and figure out what makes sense for you, because the answer is going to be different for every single person in every single situation. But what I can say to you is you should be doing something with this news, either personally, your best friend, your coworker, your maybe children. You need to be passing this information along and making sure that everyone you know understands what this means to you. It's that important.
I agree. It really is a strong message that you're communicating. It's an important one. And when you're talking about some of the different strategies that are involved, you always help. For example, you're not going to let one of your clients get caught off guard by HOA dues that might have changed their property decision had they had better information on the front end, or property taxes that are resetting after they had been homesteaded for years. But at the same time, when you're talking about the investment side, there are so many different ordinances, policies, everything else pertaining to rentals, including, you mentioned Airbnb, vacation rentals. You can help anybody understand the lay of the land with all those so they don't end up making real estate mistakes.
Yes, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the homeowners associations. One of the things that people are not necessarily focusing on is how those extra things like homeowner association fees, how those come into play about affordability. Many of my clients made purchases based on a top price before they came to us, and they didn't realize that they could have bought a much more expensive home and a bigger home in a community with either lower fees or no fees. If you are not using your homeowner amenities and you're paying high fees, we really should be talking. Why not sell that home, get rid of the high fees for the items you're not using? Look, if you love the clubhouse, if you love the pool, if you love all the things that are included, then that's great. But if you're not using them, why not take that spend, that monthly commitment that you have, put it into your mortgage side, which would allow you to have a bigger home, a different neighborhood, live in the city you want, maybe have something in better condition. It is amazing how that homeowner fee every month really impacts your buying power of what you could afford in a new home.
Truer words have not been spoken, and it is really good to have that information in hand so you do make that analytical choice that's the best one for you. And as a former HOA vice president, I can tell you, you definitely want to make sure you have the right information about any association in hand. All right, now, Lisa, taking a look at next steps. So, already, I mean, the year is kind of getting crazy, getting away from us. You look to March, spring's right around the corner. What's typical in this time of year relative to what we're talking about with a real estate market that we haven't seen in many years?
Well, we are entering our normal time where our spring, summer selling season starts. March is usually kind of the kickoff of it. I will tell you, it had already started, which I've been saying for quite some time. This is going to push a lot of people into the marketplace as far as buying, those that are renting, becoming homeowners, those that are moving up by, and the people coming from other states. We still have that influence coming. Now, if you are thinking about buying, my advice to you is to do it now and to call our team, do the consultation. Let's really have a conversation about what you need and what you want. Now, if you want to sell, you also need to get your property on the market. Time is not something we want to lose because this opportunity, we don't know how long this is going to be here. None of us have a crystal ball with these interest rates. So let's take advantage of the extra buyers in the marketplace, which will help us get homes sold faster for more money. It really is about taking action. And the first most important step is to call us. Let's schedule a time. And schedule a time with me if you want to put your home on the market. Let's schedule a time with my buyer's agents if you're ready to start the process to buy. And let's figure out what makes sense for you in a consultative approach to get results. That's what you deserve.
And what Lisa's talking about, you don't have to have all the other items in hand. If you are getting financing, you don't need to worry about it. The Treus can help you through that process. If you are trying to figure out, okay, well, if I am going to take into account the association dues and the price, and they can help you every step of the way. So you don't have to spend a bunch of time getting information that might not be direct from the source and as accurate. The Treus ready to help you. Buying, selling, questions. Just get the right information. And as Lisa's mentioned, take advantage of the opportunity in front of you right now. It is truly historic. That's not rhetoric. It actually is. And we've already seen, if you were in the Palm Beaches buying a year ago, you just had the average home, you have seen 9%, a 9% increase in equity. That's it. And you think about how much it is relative to the price you're talking about. If you bought a $300,000 home, that's $27,000. You bought a $1 million property, that's $90,000 of equity. And what's it going to be next year? That's why you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. So call them today, 561-972-8326, 561-972-8326, or get started right now. Again, if you're not already there, go to TreuRealEstate911.com.